3, 2, 1. Alright guys, welcome back to Crypto for another video. And in today's video guys, we're going to revisit some of the old school memes that I've always been talking about since the inception of my channel. So without further ado, why don't we strap onto our boots, put on your rocket helmets, and let's get into the video. Hello everyone, if you're new and you haven't done so already, give me a like and subscribe, so let's get into the video. We're going to kick off the show with Wojak because the market cap is still very tiny guys at $134,000. We are up on a day, 7.18% move to the upside, so let's take a closer look on the charts. And what do we see? Guys, this is looking pretty bullish, I would say. None of this financial advice. So this area here now is a perfect area to get in. The next week we're going to see just how much higher can we go and whether we break out from this area right there. I reckon that we should be able to clear this zone within the next few days. Now it looks like we're primed to do so, because if we zoom in a little bit more, exactly what I've been saying for the past few days now, or maybe for the past week now, because we've been hovering around here for the past week, that once we do see an engulfing green candle, that'd be a perfect area to wait for the next candle to enter. Otherwise, if you're mega bullish on Wojak, you can still enter it now, because if you hodl from this position here, I doubt we go much more further lower, then we should continue our way to the upside. So if you were to hold from here, and if you go back to the last all-time highs, from here to there, what's that? That is 200% move to the upside. Guys, that is a simple and the most easiest 200% that you can get from this move. However, on this channel, we don't do the small 100-200% move to the upside unless if you're doing intraday trading. If you're hodling, you're looking for that bigger prices. How high can we go? Well, that's quite easy to figure out. But remember, these are all guesstimates, but I'm also using the logic behind this estimation by looking across the whole spectrum within memes and crypto, because a lot of these coins could go to a market cap a lot more higher than $1 million. So in order for us to see 10x away from here, the market cap will need to get to 1.3 million. In order for us to see a 100x away from here, the market cap would only need to get to 30 million. Guys, this could be the easiest 100x that you could ever wish for. But anyway, let's move on to the next one, and that is gonna be the TAPGOAT Cheers token. Guys, I know we've been hampered and we've been busted up by this meme. However, we could still see a return back to its last all-time highs, but bear in mind it won't happen in the next few weeks, but it will eventually happen during the bull season. It is all about getting in whilst the price is low and hodl till we get to the upside. So we have $471,000, up by 7.08% on a day. Let's have a closer look. Okay, so look at this guys, this is looking pretty decent. This is looking pretty decent actually. We've been ranging here for the sideways, so our target, or should I say our first target, should be to get back up into this area right over here. Only until then it'd be worth hodling on to a little bit more or add more to your bags, or once we do get up to this level of interest right up here, then guys, this could be a blast off moment where we could potentially be going even to much more bigger prices. But we do need to see a couple of things. One, we need to get into this area. Two, we need to be staying in this area here. And then eventually we need to see until we break our way above from the box right over here, so you could possibly enter more for a continuation to the upside. Otherwise, if you don't care too much about constantly adding and accumulating more of your tokens, whilst we are here, guys, just throw it in where we can afford to lose, because at the end of the day, we are going to see that push back to the last all-time highs from here. Alright guys, the setup is looking pretty decent. So that means if you haven't done so already, you can buy a lot of your Cheers token right now, right over here, and then hodl until we at least try to get into this level or this zone right up here. This is the most important zone for us, because once we do get into this area, then our next leg up should be, let's squeeze into the charts. Oof, look at this. Then our next leg up should be right up here, and that is how you make some pretty significant gains, guys. Check this out. So from here to there, that is 2,264% to the upside. That is not too shabby, guys, because I reckon once we do get back towards the last all-time highs, that should be easily, what's that, nearly 3,000%. So you can quite easily make more than 30x return just by holding from here, because we are literally at the low. We could fall that much more lower, but I doubt at this point that we will. If anything, Bitcoin is going to soon reverse and go to the upside and drag the whole market with it. So that means with memes, when Bitcoin goes up by 5%, then quite a few of the memes could in fact go up by your 10, 15, 20, maybe even 50% to the upside. So as long as Bitcoin is bullish, then the rest of the memes will be bullish. Enter now, hold until this level, then hold even longer until we break towards our all-time highs. I reckon for the Capital token, we should be able to see a nice, easy 100x. Can we go much more higher? I heavily doubt it, because they still need to be listed on centralized exchanges and follow through with their roadmap in order for the community and for the people within the crypto space to have any confidence to jump into the Capital token to hold for the long term. Until then, guys from the Capital token, I hope you're all listening. Please give us some updates, as well as drop some further content within your social media presence in order for us to remain even more bullish to your project. But anyway, let's move on to the next one, and that is going to be Blackcock Inu. Don't know why I say that. I'll just call it Peacock. Alright guys, so for Peacock, it looks like the market cap is at $1.18 million market cap. We are up on the day by 4.09% for the past 24 hours. Now let's take a closer look, because I reckon, as well as for Blackcock Inu, we should be able to head away back up to the last all-time highs. Could we go much more higher? Well, we could. We could actually go much more higher. I reckon for Blackcock Inu, potentially we can go up to 50x, because just to get to the last all-time highs, check this out, guys. From here to there, that's 1,900% move to the upside. But if we measured to the top of that wick right here, that's 2,700 and what's that again? It's 2,794% move to the upside. That is still a pretty decent move, if you ask me. That's already your 27 x gains. So 100x, is certainly doable for Blackcock Inu. 50x is more than doable. Can we go much more higher? Well, just like with Cheers token, we do need to see more centralized exchanges coming in for Blackcock Inu. And again, with a social media presence, we do need to see further updates. So I'm calling you boys out from the Blackcock Inu team. Please let us know, update us, and then we can have more faith in the project, so we can start accumulating more and sending your project to the moon. Now let's take a look at Peng. Peng is looking pretty decent all in all. We are currently at $13.26 million market cap. We are 3.95% up on the day. So let's take a closer look on the charts. And what do we see? We are seeing a pretty decent green candle, actually. Let's have a look. Perfect. All right, guys, like I said to you for the past few videos now, this will be a great area now to accumulate within this zone, or whilst we're stuck in this zone, because once we do blast away to the upside, and when I mean blast, I don't mean straight away to the all-time highs. That's just not going to happen. But we can still at least come back or go back into this area right up here, and that will give us a nice healthy 145% move to the upside. But I just need to see us break above the yellow resistance and turn that into a support. And sooner rather than later, we are going to retest back into this zone here before we continue our way to the top. How far are we away from our last all-time highs? Well, it's quite simple, guys. Measure from here to the last all-time highs. I am using the body of the candle, of course. That's 506% move to the upside. But why don't we just measure it from the top of the wick? That's 618% move to the upside. A nice, easy 6x. That's not the last all-time highs, I do apologize once again. So from here all the way up to there, what's that? That is a nice 1,625% move to the upside. Whew. I reckon with Peng, we can quite easily get into its billions. If we take a look on their tokenomics, and what do we see? We see $13.44 million market cap, 10x away from here, 134 million, 100x, 1.3 billion. We might even see this over 10 billions. If that is the case, then that's your potential 1000x. Guys, so what do you reckon? Do you reckon Peng could get to that 1000x? Do you reckon the Capri Cheese token could get up to 100x? Or do you think Blackhawk Inu will get to that 50x before the Capri Cheese token? You let me know in the comments. So let's get into Ponky. Ponky is looking pretty decent. We're still up by $171 million. We are slightly down on the day at 0.27% for the past 24 hours. If we take a closer look at the charts, what do we see? We see exactly like I said from my last video, that if we do pull back into the zone right over here, this would be the perfect accumulation phase before we break to the upside. So that means we are still respecting this trend line over here. To be honest, I don't really like using trend line, I'm not gonna lie. Let me just get rid of this shredding trend line. Here we go. Because once we do break up from the zone right over here, that's all you need to focus on. For me, it's quite simple. Support, resistance, that's all you need to know. So once we do enter here, which we have done already, we've been entering the zone for the past few days now. What's that? 1, 2, 3, 4. Perfect. The longer we remain here, and once we do see a slight break to the upside, that will give us a strong confidence that we should be able to see a massive clear to the upside. How much higher can we go from here? It's quite easy. If we look at these levels right over here, that should be our resistance, so that means that should be our targets. Let's pull out the measuring tool from here to there. That's an easy 140% move to the upside. Guys, this is quite simple. All you got to do is just enter here, put what you can afford to lose, and then we should explode away to the upside. Normally, I would say if you've got $1,000 account, I would put maybe 500 now, for instance, and then once we do go to the upside, if we then pull back into any of these levels right over here, that could be your next entry, because you want to dollar cost your way in, whether it's down or to the upside, to make your bigger gains for the future. How high do we reckon Ponky can go? Well, that's quite easy, guys. Let's take a look at their market cap, $171 million market cap. 10x away from here, the market cap will only need to get to $1.7 billion. Could we go into 10 billion and slightly higher? Quite possibly. Who knows, guys? We just need to wait and see how this pans out during a bull season. Either way, guys, if you enter now, for instance, this could be the telling moment, because we might even go more than 10x from here, maybe more than 50x from here. Until then, you buy low and eventually you sell high. Alright guys, that's going to be the end of the video. I digressed enough. I hope you did find this useful and informative. If you're new, subscribe to my channel. Otherwise, give me a like, subscribe, hit the bell notification to be updated with all my latest contents and videos. But if you'd like to learn how to hodl and when to get into your trade, or learn how to navigate your way through cryptocurrency, subscribe to my membership right over here, where it only costs you $5 per month. Otherwise, if you'd like to pick up some free airdrops, head to this video right here, TAPGOAT, where you can tap to earn, or check out this video if you would like to get into perhaps one of the potentially the best airdrops of the year. Thank you very much, everyone, and I'll see you all in the next one.